So we also know that the Biden administration is getting ready to roll out at least $3 trillion in new spending. So in my math, I do $2 trillion on COVID relief, $3 trillion on new spending, infrastructure spending. It's $5 trillion of new spending. Government doesn't have the money; it owes about $30 trillion. Can't even come close to funding COVID or this new spending bill. So before I tell you why the Democrats are doing this, I'm going to tell you what some of the stuff is in the bill. So it focuses on investments in clean energy. So the federal government would make the investments, not the private sector. And then it has a goal of 1 million affordable and energy efficient housing units in this $3 trillion. That means it's going to build housing for Americans who don't have a lot of money. And then it has 5G, telecommunications, rural broadband, whatever it may be. Universal pre-K, free community college, expanded child care payments from the government, paid family leave, child tax credits, healthcare subsidies, free and reduced tuition at historically black colleges and universities, but not whites. So this is what the $3 trillion go to. So what this is the usual. All right, Democratic Party giving money directly to favored groups. That's equity. And this is the $3 trillion. But everybody pays for this. All taxpayers pay. Now, as I said, the government doesn't have the money. It's not going to get the money through the current system of taxation. That's to raise taxes. And this justifies it. So, American people, we're going to give you everything free coming down the road, and that's going to include healthcare, housing, food, everything. Minding your kids, paying for your kids' college education, all going to be free, all right? But anybody who makes a good living is going to have to pay 50, 60% of their income in order to make that affordable. This is socialism, all right? So I don't know if Joe Biden even understands what this is, but this is the goal, to turn the federal government into the economic engine. The federal government will tell all the corporations like mine how much we can have. Now that means that when they take more money from my corporation, I can't hire as many people, right? And that'll be, of course, big time in the big corporations. Mine are little. Then the incentive for me to work, at my point in life, if you're going to take 60% of every dollar I earn, which combine New York State and feds, I don't know how much longer I'm going to give you 60%. This is going to drive the economy down. So socialism is the goal, but what would really happen if all this stuff is passed, and it may not be. Republicans aren't going to vote for this. Can they block it? Maybe. But what's going to happen if this is passed, the economy is going to collapse. Does Joe Biden know that? I don't think so. I mean, with all due respect to the office of the presidency, I don't think Joe Biden knows much about anything at this point in his life. Could be wrong.